What's up everybody, and welcome to a new series. And in this series we're going to go over my notes for Python. And if you want to check out those notes yourself, then you can go to this GitHub repo here and then download them. And here, by the way, I have also included a link to a video where I explain how I structure my notes, because there's a certain structure to them. Okay, so this is where you can get the notes. So now let's have a look at them. Namely, the topics that we are going to cover are data types, data structures, control flow, functions, classes, and then modules and packages. So those are the main topics that we're going to cover. And then there are also some miscellaneous topics, and those are coding basics, error handling, and then lastly the p.1 style guide. So those are the topics that we are going to cover. So now let's have a look at these notes here at the highest level. Namely, the first one is about the purpose of data types, data structures, and control flow. So the purpose of those first three elements here. And the purpose is to accomplish a task. And then the next note here is about the purpose of functions, classes, and modules and packages. So those are those next three elements here. And their purpose is mainly to structure the code rather than accomplishing a task. And these are already my main notes. So now let's go over these side notes here. And the first one states that technically speaking, data structures are also data types. So those data structures here, they are actually also data types. So a technically more precise distinction would be to say that these data types here are scalars. However, I use these terms more from a data analysis perspective rather than a computer science perspective. So to me, data types are simply different types of data to work with. So those would be then numbers, strings, i.e. text data, booleans, and none. And the data structures are simply collections of data. So this is the first side note. And the second one is then about the main sources that are used for creating those notes. And there are three. The first one is the book Automate the Boring Stuff with Python. And the second one is also a book, which is called Python Crash Course. And then lastly, I also used the official Python documentation. And here I mainly used this tutorial section here. Okay, so that's the second side note. And then the last one is about the Python version. Namely, the code examples throughout these notes are based on Python version 3.13.10. So that's the version that I'm going to use throughout this series. Okay, so with that now we've covered all the side notes. So we've reached the end of this video. And then in the next video, we're actually not going to start with the data types here, but we're going to start with the coding basics. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.